We could have left them in the dust. We're going. We're headed out. How did you announce it all?
I announced it as Christina Entertainment.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's what Jack said.
I'm like literally stealing the panel, and I can't do anything without it.
I understand. Still it. Listen, thank you so much for having me, and thank you so much for being here. Glenn, by the way.
Nice to meet you.
It's funny. I tried to go over and introduce your table, but you guys' lines was out the wazoo, but I was like, yeah, I'm going to let them do their thing. But I'm here actually moderating. I've kind of already set the expectation with the people out here, so.
So we have Bryce and Noah are coming.
Okay, great.
I don't know.
Just one of these days, right?
One of these days.
So, Christina, tell us about, what has been your experience?
With Mike?
Okay. I was going to say in Huntsville too, but yeah. Oh, there they are. Pleasure.
Thank you.
I was talking smack.
We were too.
So I'm actually going to hand the mics here. Right, you guys have two to share, right?
Yes.
There's water right here too, as well if we want it.
Thank you.
So since I introduced this to Christina Entertainment, right? Christina, if you can introduce yourself and how people actually know you, and then we'll go down from left to right. Sound fair?
I renamed the panel. I'm sorry, guys.
What's the new name? Yeah, what's the new name?
Christina Entertainment.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it.
See ya.
We don't get to hang out very often.
Well, the roast is really good. I'm still reviewing. What are we talking about?
So you introduce yourself.
Yeah.
Let people everybody know.
Hi, I'm Chris. What panel is this?
It's Ladybug, yeah.
Hi, I'm Christina. I'm the voice of Marinette in Miraculous.
My name is Melanie, and I'm the voice of Tiki in Miraculous Ladybug.
And I'm Bryce Pappenbrook, and you might know me as the voice of Cat Noir in Miraculous Ladybug.
And interestingly enough, let's see, the three of us are in Fate's Tonight together.
Yes.
Seven Deadly Sins together.
Yes.
Not yet. Sword Art Online.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hunter.
I'm not in Hunter x Hunter.
He said, no way.
Oh, okay.
I thought
We're doing
so.
a lot of
I
stuff
auditioned.
together.
I didn't get cast.
And a movie that comes out this summer.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you talk about it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Super excited. The animation is incredible. I think like the animation in the latest seasons has been so beautiful, but this is like a whole nother level. I can't wait for you guys to see it. Yeah, we've been working on it for 3 years.
Yeah. Definitely since 2019.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So how has you guys adventures been in Huntsville so far? This is your first time here, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tad, you go first. Why don't you tell them about your adventure
Christina
so
Entertainment.
far?
Yep. Come on.
It's so hard to get here.
Yep.
Two flight cancellations for no reason.
Aww.
But I got here at midnight.
One and no fumes.
My brain is like a nose.
That's cool.
Yes.
How's your time in Huntsville been so far?
Well, I've been on this really great fitness regimen, but
Okay.
they showed up and we had dinner. Erica Schroeder and I had dinner, and some of them turned out their fans. Wow. So the manager and everybody just kept bringing out more, like, there's a charcuterie plate. And they're like, well, we can't be rude. And then like, how about filet mignon?
Oh, wow.
So Huntsville's been treating me on a culinary.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
really
awesome.
good. Everybody's so lovely and nice. We're so happy to be here. And the first time that Christina, Bryce, and I have been together,
Yeah, it's been a long time.
I can't even remember.
Quite some time. So yeah, very happy to be with you guys.
Yay.
And every time I come to Alabama, I've been to Birmingham before. Everyone's just so lovely. So yeah, very happy to be back in the state. And Huntsville's been awesome. It's cool to see the Rockets as we come to the convention.
So, Bryce, how has been your experience working on Ladybug?
It's been incredible. My goal every time I step into the booth is to sneak as many cat puns in the show as I can. They aren't in the script. Ezra, the director, and I would get to a scene and we're like, the scene is missing something. Maybe it needs a cat pun. And usually they take them. Usually we get them in the show. I also am very proud that I've gotten some of my outtakes into the show. They are now canon.
Improv, huh?
Yeah.
Improv,
so,
huh?
I mean, I have a good time when I'm in the booth, and I try to make Ezra and the engineers laugh. And Cat Noir, when he exits a scene, he uses his staff to kind of launch himself out. And he just kind of like disappears. So when we're working on this, we perform the entire scene in like a run. So I do all these lines, there's a fight, and then he leaves and he goes, whee! So that was not in the script. I started doing that just because it made me happy. And I think what happened, like the engineers, they like pulled down the selects, and I think he just accidentally pulled down my and sent it, and whoever was approving the episode was like, of course he would do that and put it in the show. And now it is in the script. It goes, Cat Noir goes, whee! As he leaves. So it's canon.
Malay, how's yours?
Well, I don't come up with cat puns. I just have to be positive.
That's good though.
I think it's great because a lot of times I'll do Kiki's stuff after Christina's labor, so we get to do scenes together. She has like the bulk of the work. But I love to be the person that I always needed when I was growing up. Because I was the person who would just dream of talking to a guy and then be like, okay, I'm gonna talk to him. Where your mind? Hello? So I love being the person that I would have been growing up. And Christine and I, we were actually on a plane to New Zealand, and someone couldn't make the convention, so she went last minute.
I did.
And yeah, Stephanie Shane with me though. Wow. And she had to go. And so we were sitting there, and we've been in shows together, but a lot of times in anime, especially, you record separately. And I was like, yeah, I'm so glad you're here because I know it sounds silly, but I get really anxious when I fly. She was like, I get really anxious. And we really bonded, and we talked about, I hope we get to do more shows together and want to do directing, and why don't we I just want to do all this stuff together. And just a couple months later, we booked Ladybug, Miraculous Ladybug together. And, we enjoyed working together, but it wasn't until 2016 when we went to Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And we thought maybe there'd be a few people. And we were in like a big huge hall, and maybe 2,500 people.
It was crazy.
Totally packed.
Pretty packed.
Yeah.
And you guys have been so wonderful for us the whole time. We love meeting you all over the world, and you've really made a difference in paying forward that kindness and forgiveness that we talk about in the show. So thank you.
So I know you're running on fumes, Christina, but how has been your experience working on Ladybug?
Oh, I feel like it's been everything I've ever wanted since I was a little kid. I have a story now, like your Bryce.
Okay.
Because there's this one scene where Marinette is answering the phone and she's supposed to be super awkward. She's just like, hey, how's it going, Adrian? I'm like, why don't we just make it real awkward and say, hola, ¿cómo estás, amigo? And then in the show, and so the Mexican dub heard that we did it in like awkward Spanish, so they did it in English.
That's great.
I love how global it is.
That's so cool.
It's really cute. Yeah, it's just been amazing. And Tiki! It's been incredible. It's really life-changing. And I'm really just trying to enjoy it.
That's awesome. So, this question is asked, like, what has been your best experience from doing voice acting? Yeah, I'm sorry. My bad.
I'll let you ask it.
What has been you guys' best experience doing voice acting, right? You guys do a lot of characters and do a lot of things. What has been not necessarily your favorite character, because I know you guys get asked that a lot, but what's been the best experience? Kind of like what she was talking about, how being positive, something different from what she's actually doing. So what has been the best experience? I guess Christine or Bryce, you want to go first?
Best experience? That's really tough to say. I think one
I
of my
like how she
favorite-
casually sings her answer. Keep singing the whole answer, Christina.
And also in 2016, no, it was 2014. Oh my God, where did the time go? Existential dread is creeping in. One of my favorite experiences was being cast in Sailor Moon and not being able to tell anybody, including my family. And it was a secret, from other cast members, and it was going to that anime expo and meeting the cast members for the first time, which of course we all knew each other already. It was like, oh, you're Sailor Mercury, you're Sailor Moon, oh my God. And I invited my family to go, and they thought I was just going to give like a presentation on Sailor Moon or something because I was such a big fan, and then they announced me as the voice of Sailor Mars, and that was a really amazing memory.
That is awesome.
That's super cool.
That is awesome.
Like Christina said, it's hard for us to pick our favorite moments. I think this year is my favorite moment in voice acting.
Aww.
Because when you're living the life of your dreams, there's this little part of you that expects it to stop, that expects it to end. I mean, life is a 50-50 and you control the narrative. How do we do that to ourselves and just pick the one that's not in our favor? And after going through the pandemic, and I was in Sydney, and I was, no masks, and I was like, look, if I'm going to go down, I'm going to go down with 1,000 hugs to kids. But Miraculous fans are not going to come see me, all covered up. And so I just hug after hug after hug. And I was feeling so grateful that I didn't ever get sick. I've never had COVID.
What?
No. Well, neither is my father or my 94-year-old grandmother who still drives and dances, so maybe we're immune. But I was really careful. And we've come out this other side where we get to hug each other, where we get to hang out together. And I think I was always special, but it wasn't, I took it for granted. It was never taken away.
Yeah, I think a lot of people do.
And this was the first time that I thought, listen, no matter what it takes, I'm going to be 99 and doing voice work and hanging out with you guys. Instead of like waiting for it to end, I just decided that it wasn't.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Follow up, man. Follow up.
That's tough to follow up. I have a really hard time picking favorites also, so I'll just tell you guys about one of my favorite things about working on Miraculous specifically. It's that I win the cool dad points. Like, I have 3 kids, and my 7-year-old has a lot of friends who watch the show, and she goes to school and is like, my dad's Cat Noir, and her teacher's like, that's so cool, like, your dad went as Cat Noir for Halloween? So some of her friends know also, and they come over and hang out, and then I get the like, hi, Cat Noir. Like those things, like it just makes me so happy. And my daughter, like I think this was the first time she like felt this way. She's like, it's pretty cool that Dad's in the show, that Dad's Cat Noir. I was like, yes, that's what I've been working so hard for. The cool dad points. So yeah, I think that was just like such a prideful moment because they've watched other shows I've been in. I worked on a show that was for kids called Ruff, Tweet, and Dave. Eddie the hamster, he's a little talking hamster. And my daughter loved the show, and I'm like, who's your favorite character? And she's like, Ruff, not me. I'm like, oh, so close.
Almost there.
But this time, I think I've won her over.
I love that.
That's awesome. Absolutely. So are you guys ready for some questions?
Yes.
Absolutely. All right. So like we talked about before, if you guys can line up behind the microphone right there, and we're going to ask away. Only 2 people? Come on. Really?
Oh, it'll fill up.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Batman, you ready? Come on, let's go.
So this is for Bryce.
Yes.
Who is winning a fight between Meliodas, Canal, and Kitto?
I get these kind of questions a lot, trying to make the characters that live in my head fight each other. So I have a question for you. Inside of game or outside of video game?
Oh,
Inside a game, I say Kirito always wins because he's cheating. He has God mode running. His life bar is not going down at all. But that would be a good fight. It would end with me without a voice. That's all I really know, because there'd be a lot of screaming. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I want that to play out, a battle royale of all my characters fighting each other. I would love to see that.
It'd be 300 hours of great gameplay.
You wouldn't even be able to understand what was going on because everyone would be screaming at once.
Very true. All right, thanks,
And
man.
cat butts. Thanks.
So we got into the show because we were stuck in the hotel room and the kids were watching it. I got hooked on the storyline. How do y'all deal? Like, do y'all get into the storyline as much as the viewers do? And how do y'all deal with the up and coming episodes as you're reading them out?
So, yeah, you guys.
Yeah.
questions?
Well, first off, we don't get scripts ahead of time. I don't know if you guys do.
No, they're
But
so top secret.
they don't give us anything. So the first time we're seeing the words and playing in the scenes is right there in the moment. They use what's called a rhythmo band. So everyone's lines are on this thing at the bottom of the screen. They float this way, and then there's a little red bar, and you're supposed to say your words as they cross the little bar. So it's like dubbing karaoke. So a lot of times, like, you're just seeing what your character is seeing. You're not seeing all the other angles, and just kind of like living in that moment. And then when you watch it back, you're like, oh yeah, that happened. So I like to re-experience it with my kids and see them go like, what's going on? What I get the most from them is, I know you're recording Miraculous Ladybug. Why can't I watch the episode right now? I get that a lot. But yeah, definitely invested with them.
It's interesting because that's the same for everybody when we're reading it. And there used to be like a little bit of a formula in the first season. They changed it a little second season, but in season 3, things would happen. There'd be cliffhangers. And like we thought, you love the show, but you got used to the thing, and you're like, but wait, nothing went back to the good part. What's happening? And so you're watching it, and I would ask Ezra, and he's like, do you really want to know what happens? And he's like, see you next session.
Yeah, it's just always like, you don't need to tell you what happens in the episode. I'm like, nope, I don't want to know. And it usually results in me like screaming and cussing. I cuss a lot. And he's like filming. We can never release these, but whenever something big happens, we'll film. We're like, oh my.
That's crazy.
Like, please do that shot. I want that to get in there.
You guys might not also know this, but we record episodes out of order.
Yeah.
And sometimes no one knows what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, there is an episode where Adrian throws a party and all the guys in the town are invited, and Marinette's trying to sneak in the party. We get to this one moment, and the party's happening, and a banana flies through the screen and says something like, "Stay peachy." And I was like, wait, what was that? Back it up. Going, "Stay peachy." I'm like, Ezra, what is that? He's like, I don't know. I'm like, that is my favorite character in the show.
You did. You guys did.
Nope.
You guys did.
Hello, my name is Kate, and I have watched your show since like the beginning. I first saw it in college, and it really helped me just in everyday life and staying positive, especially the line where it says, "If we wish to change the world, we must learn to love each other." And it's always really hit me, and I just want to thank you all for just what you do, how much your characters have impacted me. But lastly, I was wondering if you all could say your iconic lines live right now, like spot on, cataclysm, and whatever you would like.
Sure.
Would you like to go first, Christine?
Tiki, spots on! Yeah!
Do you know? Do you have your script? Do you know what you want to say?
Everybody has a little something inside of them to make them miraculous, especially you.
Aww. And did you want a cataclysm or where I transform?
Whichever one.
Well, you know, we do all of these fresh every episode. They don't record and reuse them. So I've said these a lot. So Plaid, close out.
Thank you so much. You're supposed to be water.
Oh, it's good.
So
good.
Hi there, my name's Evan. I got into the show because of my girlfriend. She loves Christina. She's been a huge fan of you actually for a while, when she was a little girl.
Oh my God.
And she's listened to you and Anna Pensu's covers for some of her songs. She heard you in the Busted cover. So she got me into it and I got hooked on it eventually. And I wanted to ask, has there ever been a time in the booth where while you were recording, you said in your mind, is this really happening?
Oh, yeah, a lot. That's happened a lot. There are still roles where if it's like a huge role, I still get nervous sometimes. Actually, pretty recently, I got a really like huge iconic character. I'm like, and I was recording in the booth. I'm like, is this happening? It is happening. Donald Duck was a big one. I'm like, oh my God, now I'm just Donald Duck. That's just what's happening right now. Okay. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, especially from my background of just loving this stuff when I was a kid to get to do these things. It's awesome.
And this question was for all of you.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I think definitely walking into Lifeline was amazing. Miraculous Ladybug, I had a really sore throat, like almost laryngitis. And I thought I was going to just have to do 4 or 5 lines. And they were like, okay, so the team from Paris is on the line right now. And everybody showed up. We're just going to do a table read when we first got cast. And we're all going to do it together. And I'm like, okay. Marinette. And it was like every line. And then everyone left and I became Stormy Weather. And so I was like, you start to learn that there's this kind of magic over and beyond yourself. But all of us have had the opportunity to be in Disney franchises and, iconic games. And so it's your favorite part, like, how is this happening? It isn't just recording, but when it comes out. And the bonus, when someone reaches out to you and wants to fly you all over the world to meet friends, you don't take the job for that. This is all just gravy. And 7-year-old Mela can't believe that I got to grow up to vacation for a living.
Yeah, I've been really fortunate in my career. I feel like I've won the anime lottery. But when you get to work on shows or franchises that you're a fan of or watched like as a kid, and then you're there in the moment playing that character, I've had that a couple times. I grew up watching Pokemon, and I got to play Red in Pokemon Origins. I played Pokemon Red on Game Boy, picked Charmander first. Like, I knew the story as I was playing the character. Like, I just couldn't believe I got to do like, Jolteon, go! Like saying that, like, just so cool to be part of that franchise. I also like had to hold in the fanboy moment when I was working on Final Fantasy Dissidia. I played Zidane, the main character from Final Fantasy IX, and that was like my favorite RPG growing up. I've played multiple of the Final Fantasies, and they kept it so secretive. I didn't know what I was working on as I was recording until multiple sessions in. They're like, this is Final Fantasy. And I'm just like, what? Like, I had to like hold it in because the whole like crew was there. So, but I've had those moments a few times.
That's pretty
Great
cool.
question.
If you were able to make a villain and name that villain, what would the villain's name be, and what would the villain do?
Ooh. I don't know a good name, but I think the worst villain for me would take away dark coffee and cinnamon rolls. So they'd steal all the Cinemator. No. They'd take all my favorite foods away. I would not like that.
I love music, so I think the worst thing is it to be take away someone's song. Can you imagine? Like, so I think if I was going to be this villain, she wants all the music to herself, and everyone's like listening to Spotify or whatever it is, and then all of a sudden their favorite songs. So there's guys who are like, I just want to play this song for you to tell you how much I love you, and then silence. He would like, you know what I mean? So I don't know what the name would be. Would it be, who takes away music? I don't know.
I'll say silence.
Yeah. Anti-music? I don't know.
Spotify.
I'm on Spotify.
I think someone's already used Death Note.
So I had a horrible experience even last week where I got sick and then I completely lost my voice. So I was like isolated and then I couldn't do any of the things that make me feel better, like sing. So I think like if Ursula were in Miraculous and she like took everybody's voices, her Miraculous would be her little thing, just saying. Everybody listen to her.
Great question.
Thank you.
Hello. Hey, do you do one of the characters ordering pizza?
From Miraculous specifically, or any character ordering pizza?
Ooh.
Could I please have one anchovy pizza? Hello? Yes, I'd like some pizza. No cheese. No crust. Just cookies.
I probably don't need a mic for this one. Hey! Inosuke Hashibira here! Send me all your pizzas.
Expensive friend.
Yes.
Very expensive.
Yes.
You'd probably be on the wall saying that.
On the ceiling.
On the ceiling,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So, hello, my name is DJ. And first off, I'd like to say hello, and especially to Bryce. Awesome feels like yesterday.
Flies by.
But earlier we were talking about some of the outtakes that you did. I managed to get in to the actual show itself. What is an outtake that you wish you were able to get in?
So what are some of the outtakes you wish you could have got in?
Do you have good ones?
No,
I have so many
I have
outtakes.
so- Christina may not be my friend after this one. I have trouble burping. Like I get stuck in my chest. And one day I was just so proud of myself, I just let it out. And Ezra's like, "You're no Christina Queen." And I was like, "Wait, what? But we don't get to record together." He's like, "She's a pro." We do all voice actors do, like because we take deep breaths before we do our parts, and so eventually halfway through, and I didn't know this, so when it happens to you, you're like, "I'm so sorry," but they're just laughing because we all do it. We all do it.
I like to make sound effects when I watch the show with my kids. So on the transformation moments, actually Ezra just recorded me doing this in the booth. There's a couple different spaces in the studio that we record, and there's one particular room that's a giant room. So it's like you're recording and there's like a movie screen in front of you. And the cool thing about that room is it's done the European style where everyone is in the same room. So it's like you could look over and see the engineer and look behind you, and Ezra's like there with his camera recording me. So as he's transforming, I was doing like all the little sounds like Like, so I wish that they would just release an episode with all those little sounds in it.
That's pretty cool.
It is.
Be good.
All right, so I'm not sure if you're up to date on some of the theories with the show, but what is your opinion or stand on whether or not Adrian is a sentient monster?
Oh. I don't know. I don't know. At first I was like, there's no way. And then I was like, oh, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like they live to break our hearts regularly.
That's funny.
No idea.
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah.
So, what do you think?
Yeah, what do you
I
think?
personally think that he is.
No.
I've seen the whole show start to finish, so I've seen how Gabriel has treated him, and with his wedding ring, he'll fiddle with it, and when Adrian completely disagrees with it, he'll go on and do it anyway. So I personally think that he is.
Ooh.
Along with Felix and Kagami, I think they're also sentient monsters.
What?
Oh.
You heard it here first, folks.
Right. Breaking news.
You know, I think what's really cool is that they've created this story that has those things that make you think about what could happen or which direction they're going to take it. And when we started, we had no idea if anyone would even see the show.
Yeah.
If anyone, where it would go, who would connect with it. And, here we are with more than 100 episodes, multiple movies, video games, it literally being all over the world. And we're still excited for so much more of the story to come. So I don't know. And that's what keeps it really fun.
Thank you.
That's what they do for me every time I step in the booth too.
What has been your favorite cat pun so far?
Oh.
There are so many. Do you want to help me out with your favorite first? That was a cat pun. Well, I don't know. I'll just tease you with this. It's not a cat pun, but it is something we snuck in the show that wasn't in the script. It's probably my favorite thing I've done in the series to date. I don't know if the episode is out yet, though. But I'll just say when it hits, you'll know, and it's so good. I mean, I was like crying. I was laughing so hard. So I think my favorite one or my favorite thing we've done isn't even out yet.
Okay, so you can't tell you.
Love that.
Can't tell you yet.
But get ready.
But every cat pun is my favorite. And if you think of good ones that aren't in the show, please tag me online with the cat puns, and I will sneak them in the show.
It's on.
Yes.
Season 6.
Yes. And I'm serious about that. Like, my agent who booked me here this weekend was literally texting me last night, found some good cat puns. He was sending them to me. So, yeah, I'm going to try to get them in there.
So my name's Bella. I have a question for Bryce. So, did you think that Aaron Yeager was in the right for what he did?
Attack on Titan is a very different show.
Yeah.
Well, I should ask this. Who's read the manga all the way to the end of Attack on Titan? Awesome. I have not. Don't tell me anything. So I don't know. I'm still making my mind up. I'm a big, Team Aaron fan. Like, I want him to make the right moves, but he's making it very difficult for me. Who's never seen any of Attack on Titan? Awesome. Yeah, for you guys, it's like a lighthearted comedy. If you need a little pick-me-up, then start Attack on Titan.
Yeah. He's the only person that won. He's the only person that won the protagonist and antagonist in awards. Like, period.
Yeah. I'll say this: if you start Attack on Titan, it's definitely very different from Miraculous
Not
Ladybug.
kid friendly.
Not kid friendly.
Not kid friendly.
Try to go in without knowing anything, because if you get spoiled, it definitely takes away from the storytelling. I've been a fan of the show since the very beginning. I've never guessed what's going to happen next, and I have no idea what's coming, and I'm still very excited, even after being part of the show for a decade. So yeah, I don't know. You'll have to ask me whenever the show ends, and then hopefully I'll have a good answer.
Which would probably be never.
Like
how
after
they-
part 755.
Like, let's not talk about that movie that came out. It's like, anyways, we go ahead. Thank you, by the way. Thank you.
My name is Leslie, and who's your favorite villain to defeat? Or like, who's the hardest
To defeat?
In Miraculous Ladybug, or a villain that we've voiced, or
the hardest villain you think that was hardest to defeat?
Miraculous Ladybug?
Say stormy weather.
I love it.
Love Stormy
Or
Weather.
troublemaker. Or Froggy. One of those.
Froggy is pretty crazy.
Froggy?
Was he not like big, like
The kid that was on
Like riding the bikes.
Yeah.
My favorite is that big thing that was eating everything. You just think what his name was? Remember? He was like the first sentient monster, or maybe you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, he was like this big frog thing.
No. Who do you think is the most difficult villain that they've battled?
You stumped me.
Yeah.
Yes.
The guy with all the jewelry.
That's fun.
Chloe, who's like been akumatized 75 times.
Yeah.
Mr. Pigeon, who's been akumatized 7,000 times.
Poor guy.
The one that keeps coming back.
Yes. Yes.
The one that keeps coming back. We'll give her a hand clap.
Hi, I'm Kelly. This is for all three of you. If, other than your own miraculous, what miraculous would you choose and why?
The fox one, because I like the
Oh,
way it
that's
looks.
what I was gonna do.
Oh, she just took it from me.
The fox one.
Yeah,
I like the fox.
I would choose the bunny miraculous.
Yes.
That could jump through time. That would be
That
cool.
is kind of cool, yeah.
Bunny Noir.
Yeah.
I let my daughter know that happened. I usually try to keep things secret, but bunnies are her favorite. And I was like, "You're not gonna believe what Daddy did at work today." She was so excited for Bunny Noir.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you all.
Thanks.
That's funny. What would your character say if your car got declined?
Maybe we should use my dad's card.
Charge on!
You mean I have to actually have money to use this thing?
That's funny.
Hi.
Hi.
I really like Miraculous.
Thank
I
you.
actually have Ladybug and Petmore's signatures from the con last year.
Awesome.
Great to see you again.
Yeah. What is your favorite chicken nugget?
My favorite chicken nuggets video. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good question.
I was waiting for someone to bring it up.
So chicken nuggets, like a bunch of they're little TikTok shorts, and I play a dragon named Sponge White. I like when he manifests everybody good money. Yeah. Thank you.
So my first one, I actually like clarification before I ask the question. So it's for Bryce, and I want to make sure which character were you in Hunter x Hunter? Because I think I know, but I want to make sure.
I'm not in Hunter x Hunter. I auditioned for the show but was not cast. And I thought there's a billion episodes, so someone's gonna show up that needs to scream, and I never showed up. It's really difficult actually to book jobs as voice actors. And what you guys see at these events is our successes, like very clearly. But what you don't see is all the hard work that goes into getting cast as these characters. I tell people if you book 1 out of 100 auditions, you're doing extremely well. So not in Hunter x Hunter. Maybe if the show comes back and there's someone who yells, they'll bring me in. You never know.
It's coming back.
And both of y'all, what is y'all's favorite character?
Kilua.
He's the best.
Definitely Kilua.
Yes.
I put Canary, but
Yeah. She does?
That's
I don't know. I don't know the show.
she's very sacrificial.
Oh, no. Thank y'all very much.
Yeah.
Prize.
Yes.
How many times daily do you make puns?
You know, I've lost count at this point. They just happen.
You're dad now.
Yeah.
Thank you. Your answer filled me with hope.
I try to do full panels without answering any questions.
Okay, hey, listen, I don't mean to actually rush you guys. I know there's not many people in line, but it's rapid fires, like, because I want to make sure they get a chance to get back to the table in the ample amount of time. So if we can kind of actually, again, I'm sorry, but I just want to be respectful to their time. So we can ask a rapid question and get to it really quick, okay?
And if we miss you, we're going to go back to our tables after this so you can come up and ask us there.
We'll be there.
Completely took my ending. Yeah, there you go. Awesome.
So this is for Bryce.
Yes.
Are you being typecasted as all these blonde male characters? Judy from
Wait, Aaron Yeager's not blonde?
Captain War, obviously. Kira Naomi.
I think I just sound like I have blonde hair. You know, I don't make those decisions. I audition for everything I'm allowed to audition for. And in fact, all the characters you named were all cast by different casting directors at different studios. So I'm not sure what the connection is in the audition process to bring me into the cast and play those particular characters. But what I do is try to just put out auditions that make me happy or that make me feel kind of good to put that out and hope that it's the right thing. But it's like shooting darts at a dartboard blindfolded. And sometimes just it's the right place, right time. Like with Masaomi Kita. This was way back in the day when we were going into the studio to audition. So you're in front of a director and a producer. And for some reason, my wife came with me that day. And I was trying to show off to her. I was like, oh yeah, I'm just going to grab this script. I'm going to pop in there real fast and just book this job. You'll see, it's going to be great. So I was like feigning this confidence, which is exactly what Masaomi Kita does. So if she wasn't there, I would not have been acting like that. And I think I would not have been cast as Masaomi if she wasn't there. So it was kind of the right place, right time, right moment, and it just kind of came together. So I don't know if it's a typecast or if what's happened, but I just kind of sound blonde. And I've been playing other blonde characters, so there's more coming.
Besides feelings, whenever I watch Miraculous Ladybug, I always get secondhand cringe. All the time.
Secondhand cringe. My goal is to also insert as much cringe into the show as I can through puns and bad jokes. Thank you. I'm glad someone likes the cringe. Thank you.
Yes.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yay! Hello.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh. Okay, question is, what is it like for you all to attend conventions like this and see so many wonderful supporters and fans? And have you had any awkward encounters?
This was probably for Christina and Bryce, but I'll let you know, one of the first conventions I went to was in New Zealand. And after that, if I had a sweater or like a little shrug, I would get two. Because at that time, I didn't understand that you guys are just as nervous as we are. So this one poor guy puts his arm around me for the picture, and it made this sound. Because he was sweating so much. And I was smiling, and then I just remember looking at my friend Alex, who travels, and I was like, I need the other sweater now. It was just soaking wet.
Oh,
but
wow.
You want to be like positive, but I remember thinking this is why you have to.
I love going to conventions. We work by ourselves in soundproof rooms, and you pour your heart into the microphone and hope someone hears it. So this is truly like a voice actor's applause. So I absolutely love coming to these things and like reliving those moments from the booth and talking about these shows that we put so much into. As far as like awkward moments, I don't know. I just have fun and everyone's into different things and I play along with it and enjoy it. So I haven't really had, too many negative experiences at events. I think I've had a lot of really funny, great experiences. Like I like to yell at people all day long. It's awesome. I was at an event in Lexington not too long ago, and I was constantly yelling at people as Inosuke. And I don't know why, but security, every time they heard me yell, they thought there was an actual fight happening. So I'd be like, okay, I'll do this Inosuke in that line, but don't look at me, just watch security. And I'd yell and they'd be like, ah, ah, like ready to break up the fight constantly. So yeah, it's good. It's really good.
Hi, can we do one Attack on Titan voice act?
Oh, why don't you go first if you have an answer on the last one on convention moments, awkward moments.
Don't ask voice actors.
Oh, yeah.
Ask about the voice actors, because then I have to shut you down.
Okay, and Attack on Titan line. Sure, I'll try not to spoil the show. And sorry, he's much angrier than Cat Noir.
Very true.
Is this the comedy you're in?
Yes, this is the lighthearted comedy. I think this is okay. Sorry, kids. I'm going to be angry for a second. Okay, so he changes into something bigger. For the first time, there's like this little baby Titan who just like punks that guy. Then there's this other Titan on the ground. He's like stepping on his neck. Yep. Sorry, kids. And he goes, get up. Let me kill you again and again and again. I like that line.
Yeah.
So I have a great time being something very different in the booth. And I think that's what's so cool about being a voice actor is you can play all these things that are so different from yourself or be anything when you step in there. So for Aaron, I have to find things that have made me angry, like traffic in LA.
Hi, I just wanted to stop saying I love all three of you so much.
Thanks.
And I just wanted to know what you guys thought of Cat Mom.
Oh.
Cat Monk.
That's still, I think, my favorite episode
Yeah.
to this day. That's my absolute favorite. And I feel horrible about it, but I love it. Yeah.
I love the episode too. A lot of anime has this really insane intensity that you can bring to the craft. And it's part of the reason why I love working on that genre. But with Miraculous, like I've always kind of tamed things back a little bit. It's bright and colorful and that intensity is a little much, but not in Cat Blanc. We just took everything out, let it all go. And I think it makes it stand out from a lot of other episodes. So I still agree it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks. Again, characters are fighting in my head. It would be another good match. I mean, but I'll tell you this. I have not read the manga for Attack on Titan. I have not read the manga for Demon Slayer. I don't know how powerful these characters are going to get throughout their journey. Right now, if we take the stories where they are, because Attack on Titan's been running for 10 years and Demon Slayer is still a baby, it's still so early in the story, Eren would win as things stand right now, where he is right now. But I don't know how strong Inosuke is going to get. And he's still training. So, so we'll have to see. And, sorry to do this, but I don't know if you guys know. It's actually Inosuke's birthday today. And I just want to let him kind of take over for 1 second and sing himself happy birthday. Sorry about this, guys. Happy birthday to me! Happy birthday to me! Happy birthday to me! Happy birthday to me! Yeah. He's not a professional singer.
We saved the best for last.
Werewolves in Miraculous, and they were chasing everyone.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Werewolves. She'd say Lucky Charm, and it would be a moon, like a full moon necklace. What else? Because there's usually three things. What would be the second thing for fighting werewolves?
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
Dog biscuits.
We need a dog
Yes.
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 What would be the third thing that saves the world?
Silver.
Silver. Yeah.
Ooh. I mean, I'm sure there's some good werewolf puns out there. I would find one and sneak one in. If you think of a good werewolf pun, tag me online.
Okay. They would just all gather and they would be surprised that they had transformed and they would say, "What? We're wolves."
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a picture real quick with you guys in it.
Is that okay?
Oh, that's awesome. You want me to take it? Or you gonna selfie it?
Selfie?
Selfie it?
Okay, everyone slide in a little bit.
Can you see it?
Squeeze inside.
You want me to do it?
There it is.
Great. One. Yeah.
That was so good. Okay, everyone slide in.
That was great.
You ready? 1, 2, 3. Hey, thank you guys so much. Please give them a hand clap.
Thanks, everybody.
Oh, exit to your right. Exit to your right, please. Exit to your right. Hey, thank you guys so much.
Hey, that was great, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
I enjoy you actually as Meliodas.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. 7 is actually really
We're
good.
getting a spin-off too, so hopefully
I'm
there's
excited
more
about the
Meliodas
spin-off.
coming.
Everything seems like they're doing a lot of spin-offs.
Yeah.
Y'all should. You have Naruto. Really, actually, Naruto is what started that whole thing off.
But it's cool, like that they're bringing it back. I felt like there wasn't enough.
I agree. They didn't tell enough of the actual story.
We gotta get you guys the right to photo ops because it's like
Yeah.
3 minutes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to get a picture.
Yeah, if we can quick. And then I'm gonna grab
See you later, Bugaboo.
Oh, here it did the thing. Oh,
All right.
all right.
Can I get a picture with you three real quick?
Yeah, let's do it.
Did I bring my?
Is it okay if I get a picture with you three?
Yes, my briefcase.
I have it.
Can
She
I
has
have
right.
it real quick?
Oh.
Because we're gonna take a picture with our sunnies.
Straight to the back where the actual the actors are.
If,
the voice actors. Straight
if
to
you
the
know
back.
where
Can I
my
use your
booth
arm
is,
again?
if you see my giant head, it's right across from my giant head.
Hey,
You guys are
Right.
rocking it.
I'm loving the sunglasses.
I forgot my
Dress,
sunglasses.
too. That's like, where you go? Come on.
Ooh, right. Good one. It is. All right.
Is it all right if I get a picture of all three of you?
Yes.
Is it
Do
okay?
it.
I'm gonna slide this way. Get out.
Of all three of us, or
You
with
go
all
in.
three of us?
Absolutely.
Okay.
With all three? Is that all right?
Yeah. Oh, oops, sorry.
To fall off the stage.
Yeah.
100%.
We don't.
Not
Let's
at
get
all.
our star in here.
All right. And 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hope you guys have fun.
Is my leg too weird in that? By the way, because I was like leaning on the chair. I
you're
didn't
okay.
think about that.
Christina came in and was just like,
All right.
you guys have had it all nice and spread out. Let's do it. Let's